Welcome back to the Crypto Markets channel. I'm Jack, and in today's video I'm going to talk about Bitcoin halving, having half of a Bitcoin. Bitcoin divided into half, which happens on a regular cycle routine, and hopefully it'll bring some clarification to the present situation, to the present state of the cryptocurrency market, why it is where it is, why are we seeing such low lows, and hopefully that'll clear up some of the air of what's happening in the market. On this channel I try to present things in a slower way because I myself am learning as well. This isn't the fast-paced speaking channel that leaves you hanging and wondering about what it is that you just spent the past 20 minutes watching. I like to dissect things and talk slowly and bring to you the details that you hopefully will benefit from after having watched the video. So here we go. If you are completely new to cryptocurrencies, then you may wonder what Bitcoin is. Well, pulling it off from the Investopedia website, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, a virtual currency designed to act as money and a form of payment outside the control of any one person, group, or entity, and thus removing the need for third-party involvement in financial transactions. It is rewarded to blocking miners for the work done to verify transactions and can be purchased on several exchanges. Bitcoin was launched in 2009. It is the world's leading cryptocurrency by market capitalization. Unlike fiat currency, Bitcoin is created, distributed, traded, and stored using a decentralized ledger system known as a blockchain. And I'm not going to go into the details and explain into what it is. That's for another video. But I hope that most of you are clued into it. But the fact that this is one point of that is important. There is no need for third-party involvement. A tweet just recently posted by Bitcoin Edu on Twitter says that somebody transferred $90 million in Bitcoin and paid a fee of 39 cents. That's a transaction fee of 0.000004289%. No government, bank, or third party had to verify the transaction, nor could they have stopped it if they wanted to. Basically, what this says is that unlike banks who would charge ridiculous amounts of money for a transaction like that, here we're looking at 90 million. Of course, if you had 90 million to send, that would be a completely different story. Probably wouldn't be making videos on YouTube, but that's besides the point. The point is that Bitcoin allows for decentralization and operation outside of banks and institutions like banks, and basically, everybody is a bank in their own right. Presently, Bitcoin stands at $21,500, and after the recent crash, over the past little while, we saw massive downturn in Bitcoin, all the way from 69,000 all the way down to present $21,000. It was lowest it went down to was 17, I think, which was the highest it was in 2017. You may have seen things like this. First, CoinDesk posted this article on April 13th this year. America's Bitcoin's 4-year halving cycle may be dead. So for the longest time, people were talking about the halving cycle, which occurred every 4 years. And let's have a look at what the halving cycle is. Bitcoin halving. One of the most pivotal events on Bitcoin's blockchain is halving. It includes inflation in the cryptocurrency's price by reducing the number of Bitcoin in circulation and increasing demand for Bitcoin. Bitcoin halving has implications for all stakeholders within Bitcoin's ecosystem. A Bitcoin halving event is when the reward for mining Bitcoin transactions is cut in half. This event also cuts in half Bitcoin's inflation rate and the rate at which new Bitcoins enter circulation. Previous halvings have correlated with intense boom and bust cycles that have ended with higher prices than prior to the event. Bitcoin last halved on May 11th, 2020, around 3 p.m. So while a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people who are in the cryptocurrency space were talking about Bitcoin's 4-year halving cycle being dead, and that maybe now it's going to be a prolonged cycle to everybody's surprise, Bitcoin dumped and dissolved into nothingness, just the way it always does after a halving period. So please, I implore you, do not listen to people who think they know what they're talking about. There's a lot of speculations, a lot of gurus, and people like Max Kaiser, who was recently trolling me on Twitter because I made a comment about a video that his wife shot. It looked like a shot by a video done by a 5-year-old, and he sent out the meme saying that I have a micro penis, which was ridiculous. But people like Max Kaiser, who, you know, the Maxis who tweet and talk about non-stop increase in Bitcoin, simply don't know either. So let's get down to business and explain a little bit what's happening with Bitcoin in general. I found this fantastic layout of Bitcoin from its inception until the present time, and as you can see, there are a bunch of squares and bunch of indicators, and so I'm going to go over that and explain a little bit what we're looking at. So Bitcoin was launched in 2009. So as you can see, the yellow square is a bull market. Basically, after launch, this bull market was ridiculous. It was, I think Bitcoin was launched at 0.005 cents, or whatever the price was for Bitcoin at that time was ridiculously low, and so it saw an uptick. It reached maybe $1, I think, around this time, and then there was a bear market when people were selling off and making some profit. After the bear market, there was an accumulation period. Then there was some expansion, more people were buying into the market. Then there was a reaccumulation, and then a halving took place. So from 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, prior to 2013, that's when the first halving took place. And as you can see, after the first halving, there was another bull market right after the first halving. And that's what happened, because the number of Bitcoin that were being minted, or that were being mined rather, was decreased, which means the supply of Bitcoin has dropped, and so demand has automatically increased. The bull market continued, this particular one, over a period of 1 year, pretty much, after which followed a bear market, and usually Bitcoin sees a retraction of about 80%, and so that's what happened here. There was a retracement, bear market, then there was a period of accumulation, some expansion, reaccumulation, and the next halving took place in between 2016 2017. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 4 years later, another halving took place, and that again was followed by another period of a bull run. Right here we saw the bull run, which was then followed by a bear market, an accumulation period, then an expansion and reaccumulation. Of course, these periods, vary in times, but I guess the idea is that they do go in similar phases, understandably. The last halving took place last year or 2 years ago in 2020, after which time we saw a massive bull run. And so the graph does not continue past that. So let's go over to the trading view charts, and as you can see right here, the last halving took place on May 11th of 2020. That's where it happened, after which we had a pretty good run of a bull run with two major peaks. The first one peaked out at 64,000 or so, and then the second one was at $68,000 for Bitcoin, after which followed the bear market, which is what we're in presently. And depending on how low this market could go, some people are saying that we've already hit the bottom. Some people are saying that we have not hit the bottom yet. We could go as low as $12,000. Disregarding all of that, we would be expecting to see this bear market to continue for a period of time until we reach the accumulation period, and then the expansion period, and then the reaccumulation period, going all the way up to the year 2024, at which time we would see another halving of Bitcoin. And as a matter of fact, there is a halving clock. CoinMarketCap has a nifty little calendar which indicates the remaining days to the next Bitcoin halving, which is 698 days before the next halving. We're currently at block 742,253. 97,742 blocks are left. So the next Bitcoin halving is expected to occur sometime in the early 2024. Sadly, TradingView does not go that far. It only goes till November 2023. So we'd be looking somewhere within this vicinity. I think probably if we could make these squares a little bit smaller. This is obviously just, just for fun drawing. But I guess we would be looking at a possible halving somewhere taking place somewhere around here. And then 2004, another bull run. So if history is to repeat itself as it has over the past 15 years, then we should be seeing another halving and another bull run coming up in January or sometime in 2024, not January. So I just haphazardly posted included the halvings here. First one, second, third. This is the last one that took place just May 11, 2020. And the next one will be in sometime in 2024. So maybe that's June. That's probably too late. We'll make that sometime early. It's at early. So let's call it February. So we'd be looking somewhere possibly at another halvings taking place in the early months of 2024, and that's when we would see another bull run. So my suggestion is to disregard all these gurus, all these people who think they know what they're talking about and think that they know how the market works, and I don't claim that I do, but looking at the cycles, it's pretty self-explanatory. The halvings have been contributing to the bull runs, as we can see. However small they were, tiny here, 2017, and then in 2020, the massive bull run. So if we're gonna look at that, let's see, the increase from in 2016, the bull run, it took us 2,952%. That's how far, that's the increase we saw. And then the next one was in 2020, and that was an increase of 579%. There is a talk of diminishing returns. So from the last high of 2017 to the high of 2020, we saw an increase of 233% in Bitcoin's value. So let's say if we do the same thing from 2020, let's say high 233. Oh wait, we ran out of space here. Okay, 2,223%. We could be looking at a Bitcoin well over 200,000 K. Of course, there's talk of diminishing returns. So let's say even that Bitcoin does a move that is only half that of the previous increase of 230%, we could be looking at let's say 110%. We are still looking at a Bitcoin that is well above the $100,000 mark. But that is all speculation and all wishful thinking. The only thing that is certain is that the next halving will take place, and we will see another bull run taking place somewhere in this area. That's going to happen in 2024. Do not pay attention to the naysayers, as you call them. Do not pay attention to those who will tell you that the bull cycles have been broken. This is the place right here where you want to start accumulating satoshis, start accumulating your crypto right here in these phases, where you want to collect as much as you possibly can without losing your house. Because, I mean, you never know what can happen. The economy right now is not great, and who knows what's going to happen. But I think there are more people who are making money on Bitcoin and on these bull runs than we can guess. There's a lot of shadow institutions that are investing in making a profit that is not being disclosed, and this will occur. And so this is the time when you need to accumulate and this is the time when you need to get ready for another bull run, which will occur sometime in the early months of 2024. I hope that this is kind of educational, that it's helpful, that it clarifies a little bit what Bitcoin halving is and how it impacts the present market, and why it's not actually surprising to see prices as low as they are, because naturally after a massive bull run, people start to sell their Bitcoin and cash out and begin taking profits. That is a natural progression of any market, I believe, and so that's where we're at right now, and it is up to us to grab a hold of this opportunity and stack up on Satoshis, on Bitcoin, and other very good projects that are like Ethereum and ADA and all the other great projects that are in the making, and get ready for 2024, because it could be a perfect time to make some profits. If you are in the wrecked crew, if you, like myself, have been wrecked in the past bull run, then make sure to share this video, smash up the likes if it helped a little bit to clarify the present situation. Subscribe to the channel and let me know what you thought in the comment section below. If the back screen is a little bit woofy, don't mind it. It's a little bit windy here in South Korea. My man cave is a bit on the move. Anyway, thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.